Phil, you might wanna... move.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hello and welcome back to Arcanum Gaming. My name is Richie. Today we're picking it up right where we left off in Rosewater here. Starting our third episode. And we are back at the lab. We just blew a hole in the door and we're going to see what's inside now.
Well, slap my behind and call me Betsy.
Not sure what I was expecting to find, but it wasn't this.
It has been completely ransacked.
Still, there's gotta be some indication of where Clark took his money. Let's take a look around. But watch yourselves. No telling what any of these doohickeys might be capable of.
At least Dr. Clark practiced fire safety. I can't see through. The window is too grimy. Looks like it's connected to the door somehow.
And that wire runs to the console back there.
Won't do us any good if there's nothing powering this place, though.
I can't really see through the porthole, but it looks dense in there.
Okay. Yeah. So I just had to take a moment. I wanted to look up. If I remember correctly, this place takes place during, what, 1850? The electric light wasn't invented till 1879 by Edison, and there's a light bulb on screen, so I don't know.
A wooden mannequin in a cage? I have so many questions.
You sure you want them answered?
Looks like some type of cannon, and it's pointing right at the cage. There's about 2 inches of dust. Empty. Not really surprising. I can't make heads nor tails of this chicken scratch. What in the ether is this thing?
I wouldn't get too close.
Some kind of console. Seems to connect to a few things. Is this some kind of combination or code?
9207. We're missing a dial.
Not much left. Some books and a broken device.
This Clark fellow was into some strange things, wasn't he?
I'm starting to understand why he chose to do his work out in the middle of nowhere.
This may have held something interesting once, but now it's just lodging for spiders. This must be where Clark parked his rear during his experiments. This is where all the cables wind up. I get the impression this is what powers everything in here.
We just need to get it running again somehow.
No good. There's some power getting through, but it needs more. Anything interesting in there?
Not really. Probably why they were left behind.
Looks like a toolbox. What's it doing all the way up there? Way too high for me.
Want me to give you a boost?
Nah, I still couldn't reach. I'll think of something else. I can't begin to fathom what these contraptions are for.
Nothing.
Guess we won't get to see what's up.
Just as well. I prefer to keep my feet on the ground.
Fort Beaumont's parade flag looking worse for wear. That's not going to help me reach the box.
There's really nothing I can interact with. Well, let us push the chair. It will now.
Maybe this will help. Then again, maybe not. This may have held something interesting. Can we talk?
What's on your mind? 'Cause you know I've been wondering about the Otham. What do you suppose will happen to them now that they're armed with guns?
I worry the fort will see it as an excuse to declare an all-out war.
Yes, that is my fear as well. If Stokes attacks and they successfully fend him off, then perhaps he will leave them alone. But it will certainly not happen without bloodshed.
Well, best of luck to him.
Any clever ideas to get to that confounded box?
Not too many, I'm afraid.
Hang on, I've got an idea. Why don't you just shoot the box down?
Beg pardon?
Let's put that gunslinging know-how of yours to work.
I may be a showman, but I ain't a performing monkey. Besides, I never perform sharpshooting tricks without a crowd.
Crowd be damned! I want to see what's in the box.
You've proven yourself resourceful. I'm sure you can find a more practical way to get to that box that doesn't involve me wasting ammo.
I don't understand. You showed off your prowess with a gun before. Now all I'm hearing are excuses. Why so shifty all of a sudden?
All right, look. The truth is, I've gone a mite rusty. A couple of years ago, I could have done it with my eyes shut, but time ain't been kind to my hands.
So how did you pull off that juggling trick?
Danny's the one that shoots the ball from the wings. You want that box down so bad, ask him to help you when he gets back.
Might I borrow that arrowhead for a spell?
By all means. Maybe it'll bring you some luck, too.
This place sure is.
I admit, I never gave much credence to all that ethericity business, but seeing all them contraptions and appurtenances, let's just say it's given me a new appreciation for Clark's tenacity.
Enough jabber.
Ethericity.
Let's push on.
Yeah, even though this is sort of a Western theme, it's not really... It's not supposed to be historically accurate, is it?
That won't fit there.
What do you mean it won't fit there?
That won't fit there. That won't... I hope this isn't considered treason.
Why did I want to cut that?
A strip of cloth from a Vespuccian flag. No need to do that again.
Okay, so you can use items, but only... You can only select use with if there's actually something to do with it. That's kind of annoying. So you can't, like, try and fail.
It won't turn out. Nothing happened. This console isn't getting any power.
Still missing the 2.
Empty.
Do I have everything I need in here?
No handle.
Somehow I doubt it.
That's not going to help me reach the box.
Appreciate it, but
Hey, Phil, let's talk.
What about?
Can you think of any way to get that box down?
I'm afraid reaching high things has never been my forte.
Clark's lab is really quite something, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, something unnatural, something perverse. What possessed him to undertake this research is beyond me.
How did you become so proficient with explosives?
The science of it always fascinated me. Even as a child, I read a great deal about mining and demolitions. The lessons were invaluable. So, when my parents sent me to university, I studied civil engineering. Most people do not realize just how much care must be taken when dealing with dynamite.
So how did you wind up here in Vespuccia?
That is a very long story, and I do not wish to relate it now. Perhaps another time?
Fair enough. Right, carry on. I'm guessing this thing needs to hit full power before the machine turns on. Let's see if this works.
Oh, can I just unscrew this panel?
That did it. Looks like something chewed through it. No wonder the power's not getting through. This wire's all corroded. That muck's too solidified to wipe off. That should do it. I could try scraping it, but I don't want to risk cutting the wire. There's got to be another way. That muck's too solidified to... No good. There's some power getting through, but it needs... Can we talk?
what's on?
Any idea how to start up that generator?
Afraid not. These do hic.
Enough, Jack. Hey, Phil.
What about?
Any idea how to...
A solvent like acid or alcohol is good for removing corrosion.
Right?
Which I'm going to find where.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
Enough.
Acid or alcohol? Where am I going to find acid or alcohol?
Not much left. At least Dr. Clark practiced fire. A wooden mannequin. I have so many.
You sure you want to?
What's over here? I'm guessing this is what we need.
Dios mío, what is this abomination?
Howdy, folks. Interested in learning about Coltit's miracle elixir?
Of course we are, little lady.
Then step on over here.
Some of these bottles are starting to collect dust.
Boy, oh boy, I sure wish I was you.
Beg pardon?
Why, today's your lucky day.
Is that right?
Yes, sirree. You're just in time to experience the travesty of Xander Coltit III's miracle elixir.
The what now?
Oh, dang. I mean, the majesty of Xander Coltit III's miracle elixir. My name is Olivia Coltit, and I'm here to answer all your questions about this evolutionary new medication.
Look, kid, we're not born yesterday, townies. You can spare us the song and dance.
I'll leave her be. I think she's charming.
Thanks, mister. My daddy says that to get anywhere in this business, charm is financial.
I think you mean essential?
I know what I mean.
Fine, I'll...
Glad you... From the maker of the wildly popular Coltit's emulsified soporific comes Coltit's Miracle Elixir, the finest, most elective tonic in Vespuccia. Guaranteed to treat and cure all illnesses from arthritis to yellow fever. And for a special limited time, we're selling it for the treasonable price of just 5 crowns.
5 crowns seems a bit pricey. How about I give you 2 instead?
Sorry, ma'am. Daddy told me not to hackle.
All right, give me a bottle.
Yay! Thanks, ma'am. How about your
Alright.
friends? Want 2 more for them?
We'll share.
Oh, okay. And if we're gone by then, well, best of luck to you.
You wouldn't happen to be related to a kid in Rosewater named Jem, would you?
No, ma'am. Far as I know, I'm a lonely child.
I think I've heard enough for now.
It was a real pressure.
Alright, well, we picked up the one and only item we could pick up. Not really loving the puzzles in this game. There's not enough items, there's not enough variety of things to try. We can't interact, push, pull, open, close, all that kind of stuff. Some items, like that broken piece of pot, were stuck behind dialogue options. Don't love that.
Whew! That'll put hairs on your chest. Let's put some of this elixir to good use.
No surprise there. This wrapping that with a piece of fabric, that doesn't make any sense. That wouldn't fix the wiring.
Well, I'll be.
Looks like Phil managed to get the door open.
I wonder if they found anything inside.
I'd say so, yes.
We are up and running.
Impressive.
This technology is amazing. What did this Clark fellow intend to do with such power?
I'm beginning to wonder about that myself.
Nice job getting the lights back on.
Get everything squared with the Otham?
I think so.
They're adequately supplied. They should be well off for some time.
Well, I suppose we should see about...
Hello? Is someone in here?
Damn. Looks like we've attracted some attention.
I come in peace. Please, make yourself known.
Guess we don't have much choice.
Hail! Goodness, I wasn't expecting so many of you.
And we weren't expecting anybody at all.
And just who might you be?
I am Paul Burkhart, emissary of the Luminarians.
The what now?
We are disciples of Dr. Clark, protectors of his artifacts and legacy.
No kidding. So you must know all about him then.
Quite so.
Does that include knowing where all his things have gone?
If you seek enlightenment, we will be glad to share our wisdom with you. But let us all return to the commune. We must not further defile the sanctity of this place. Come, I am eager to learn about you all. Welcome to Chrysalis, friends. Feel free to explore, converse with the residents. You'll find we have much to offer. We'll speak again soon.
What an accommodating feller.
This is all very strange. You all might be into this porqueria, but I want no part of it. I am going back to the lab.
Suit yourself. All right, let's see what we can learn about where Clark's stash might be. But let's not overplay our hand, shall we? If anybody asks, our interest is purely academic.
I'm really not a good liar, Mr. Ackerman.
Shoot, nobody's asking you to lie, sugar. Just withhold certain details. We're interested in learning about Clark. That's all there is to it. Come on, Danny. Let's see where our friend's gone off to.
I know lying doesn't come natural to some. For others, it's like breathing. Don't take this amiss, but if you'd like some pointers, sometimes it's good to be able to keep certain things to yourself you don't want everybody and his uncle to know.
Oh. All right.
Make sure you don't break eye contact. Shifty eyes are a telltale sign of dishonest intent.
You seem to have a lot of experience in these matters.
I think sometimes the truth can do more harm than good. A lie can be a kindness.
Is that really what you believe?
If what someone doesn't know can't hurt them, why shatter their peace? Or bring trouble down on somebody else just for principle?
Dishonesty is disrespect. For others, for God, for oneself. For instance, I would never conceal the truth from a patient, no matter how grim the outlook.
Well, I won't argue with that. A body should know what they're up against. I don't lie to hurt people. Sometimes it's just the only way.
That's good to know, I guess. Your advice is appreciated. I'll just see what I can find out on my own.
Kitchen to the left, rostrum to the right. If the smell's anything to go by, that crate's full of fertilizer. Not very intimidating. No wonder the crops are bare. Certainly colorful. Suppose that's where the animals are kept. Seems like they're pretty self-sufficient here. They're really fond of this butterfly motif, aren't they?
I kind of like it.
My friends, today we give thanks for our manifold blessings. On this day of celebration, the Evocator's Day of Transcendence. And why do we celebrate today, on the 8-month anniversary? Because 1 is nothing special. 1 is an isolating, selfish, lowly number. But 8 is perfection. 8 is infinity. 8 is the flap of the butterfly's wings. On this day in March of this year, exactly 8 months ago, the luminous ones called Evocator Bennett up to join them in the luminiferous ether. In so doing, they showed us the path of light, where soon we all shall follow. Now our soul sibling Bennett dwells among them in the etheric realm beyond this earth, in a transcendent union of cosmic harmony and peace.
Can I just find the dial to operate the machine?
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Ah, Harley. Miss Larkin here was just telling me about this fascinating place.
Hello and welcome. It's so nice to have visitors.
What exactly was Dr. Clark's etheric research about?
Truth.
Lovely sentiment, but could you be a bit more specific?
He sought to connect us with the world above, to unite us with the luminous ones. He succeeded in not only opening the door, but stepping through and crossing the veil. He showed that the way is possible. Now we all must learn to follow.
Do you have an idea of where Dr. Clark might be currently?
Of course. He's with the luminous.
Pardon?
The beings on the other side of the veil. The ones who dwell in the ether.
You're saying Clark is dead?
Not dead. Transcended. Eternal. You still have much to learn. It's good you're with us now. Everything will become clear soon. Trust me.
Did you ever meet Dr. Clark?
I did. Once. Such a brilliant mind. We didn't speak long, but I felt as though we'd conversed for hours.
What is it you do around here?
Plenty. I help in the fields and in the kitchen, but my particular gift is keeping Chrysalis beautiful and its people inspired. All the murals and paintings you see around the commune are my work.
And a fine job you've done.
Why, thank you.
I admit it's not to my taste, but I don't much understand art.
Art isn't about understanding, it's about feeling. Even if my work makes you feel unpleasant, it still made you feel something.
All right. Thanks for the chat.
Be well.
Don't wander too far now.
Hey, Danny?
What's going on?
I was wondering if you might help me out with something.
What?
There's a toolbox inside Clark's lab that's out of reach, and I've had no luck getting it down. Think you might put your pistols to the task? I asked Jake to do it, but he said you were the one for the job.
I could do that. Yeah. You want to go right now?
Yes, let's head over now.
Sure thing. Just lead the way.
Ah, Phil. There you are.
Had enough of those luminous lunatics too, did you?
Not entirely. Danny's
No,
come to help get that
absolutely
box down.
entirely.
That's it, up there.
Right. You might want to stand over on this side, Phil.
Please let the dial be in there.
Nice shot.
Thanks, Harley. Happy to help. So, what's inside that box that's so important anyway?
Guess we all get to find out together.
Well, anything good inside?
Not really. Just a wrench and this odd dial thing.
I hope it was worth the trouble then.
That was good practice, at least. I'm heading back to Chrysalis. See you both later.
Alright, let's find out what's behind door number 1.
Phil, you might wanna... Are you all right?
I think so. The cage seems to have absorbed all that energy. Just warn me before you try that again.
So, this console operates equipment by setting the dials in a 4-digit sequence. That means we need to figure out the right code to get the door open. I can't see through. The window is too grimy. I can't really see through the porthole, but it looks dense in there. Looks like it's connected to the door somehow.
And that wire runs to the console back there.
No handle. Must be some other way to open it. At least At least...
February 12th, 1850. Dr. Clark, I hope this letter finds you well. Upon hearing news of the reactionary and ignorant ban our leaders, when they hounded you out after the expo, and I wouldn't be surprised at enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out there meant to you. One day when rationality again prevails, with warm regard, P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your equipment and door mechanisms still baffles.
Doesn't actually give me any information.
It's the code to activate the ceiling cannon. If only Clark had written down the code for that door.
What can I use a wrench for?
At least Dr. Clark I can't begin to fathom what...
Nothing of you.
Seems to be working now. Just a bunch of use...
Alright, what if we just try reversing the code?
No good. I guess those dials aren't set up correctly. TT-180.
I will stay in here.
Maybe we can find the panel somewhere at Chrysalis.
Whatever turned... All right then. This isn't much use with a wheel missing. Handle still looks good, at least. I'll have this handle off in a jiff. Formerly used to pull a wagon. Excuse me?
Ah, hello. You must be one of Miss Redbird's companions.
That's right. Harley Legere.
My name's Evan. Evan Holbrook. Welcome to Chrysalis.
Evan was just showing me the cookhouse. You know they grow or raise everything they eat here themselves?
Well, mostly. Sometimes we need to resupply from town, but we aim to be fully self-reliant. Our dedication will be rewarded with bounty.
Exactly what was...
Ethericity.
Of course, energy sources? Industrial application.
Miss Legere, whatever reasons he may have given the public, the bankers, the professors, and what have you, his true purpose was to open the way for humanity to pass into the etheric realm. And it wasn't easy. He spent 2 years in that laboratory before transcending. Soon the day will come when we all...
It was good talk.
Goodbye for...
See you later.
Well, well, if it isn't my old friend.
The Defiler returns.
Hey now, don't get your britches in a twist.
You're a guest of Emissary Paul, so I'm obliged to welcome you. But if you continue casting your shadows of discord over all that is bright here, there will be consequences.
What's so special about this place that they've got you standing guard?
This building houses our collection of artifacts salvaged from Dr. Clark's laboratory.
Oh, so you're the ones who looted the place.
We did not loot it. We saved important items from obscurity and decay.
Think I might take a quick peek?
Absolutely not. Outsiders are forbidden.
I don't want to join the Luminarians.
Now just where do you get off saying I'm casting shadows of discord or whatever?
I caught you trespassing outside the laboratory. Then your friend blasted the door off.
It was all in the name of research. I'm just as interested in all this as you.
You've a peculiar way of showing it.
I just punch this guy in the face and go in.
What if I brought you a new artifact for your collection?
Then I would be very surprised. We've already retrieved everything of value from the laboratory.
Even from that locked room?
That room is inaccessible. Do not even consider attempting to breach it.
So how does one go about joining your little club?
You think if you joined us that I would just suddenly...
Sure, you said only outsiders were forbidden.
Nice try, but not on my watch.
Where did Dr...
Not where he...
Do you know any details about Dr...
He was toying with fire, pure and simple. He may have been inspired and driven to his work by the luminous ones, but he was only their... He did not acknowledge their undeniable glory, or show them the proper risk. He took a battering ram to the door of heaven. When they tired of the noise, they whisked him away inside the gates, while the rest of us still wait outside.
So what you're saying is... you don't actually know.
I've underestimated you. I didn't think there could be someone more arrogant than Dr. Clark.
Did you ever...
No. Nor did I desire to.
No?
Ethericity is not a power to be trifled with. I've no interest in meeting someone who treats it as a plaything.
I'll leave you. Try not to die. Nadine, could we have a word?
Of course.
Any ideas as to how to get that fellow over there away from his post?
And maintain eye contact?
Afraid this situation's a bit more complicated than that. Still good advice, though. I'll leave you to your conversation. The butterfly makes this one less creepy, but not by much. Something about that makes my skin crawl. The butterflies sure seem to like these flowers. Hey, Danny?
What's going on?
If you had to pick a 4-digit number sequence that was easy to remember, what would you pick?
Suppose it'd be something important? A date, maybe? Or a memorable year? Never really thought about it.
Memorable year.
So, what's our friend on stage been jabbering about?
What hasn't he? This guy makes Jake seem like a silent monk by comparison. Anyway, it's mostly been about Clark, his etheric research in New Britannia, how he built his lab out here after the Expo disaster. Excuse me, miracle, that sort of thing. He says Clark transcended. I'm not sure what that means.
I get the impression it means he's dead.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
I'll leave you. Begging your pardon.
How may I help?
What's the meaning behind those shadow paintings?
We commemorate those who have transcended, and those who will.
I'm guessing the butterfly means something too?
Very astute. Yes, the butterfly represents the immortal soul, the essence of a person in their fullest flourishing. The butterfly is pure potential, contained within those who have not yet transcended. Once someone has passed into the ether,
Why, that's mighty poetical.
I can see that you have quite a bold, brilliant butterfly.
You don't say.
If you permit me, it would be my honor to paint it. Only if you're willing, of course. Everyone's journey to transcendent readiness is unique.
Perhaps you could tell me more about it once Harley's done talking.
With
All right.
be well.
Don't want...
Could we have a word in private, Jake?
Sure. What's on your mind?
I think I've found a promising lead. There's a shack on the other side of the commune full of things salvaged from Clark's lab. Only problem is it's being guarded by that first luminarian we met.
Oh, the feller with the tinfoil chapeau?
The very same. How can I get past him?
He's a peculiar one, but he seems to be the most reverent to these folk. Perhaps you could win him over with a peace offering. There might still be something in the lab that's been overlooked.
I got a theoretical question for you.
Shoot!
Say you needed to come up with a sequence of 4 numbers. What would you pick to make it easy to remember?
Hell, that's easy. 1817.
That didn't take you long.
It's the year I broke my first filly. If you get my meaning. Not something one forgets easily.
Right. So, what have you picked up from these fine folks?
This ethericity stuff is much more complex than I thought. Seems our friend Dr. Clark may have been on to something after all.
I'll just...
Alright. Try the year. Alright.
February 12th, 1850. Dr. Clark, upon hearing news of the reactionary and ignorant ban our leaders have seen fit to impose, my thoughts went to you, and when they hounded you out after the expo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leroy's cronies sabotaged your after enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out there meant to you. A turning point. One day when rationality again prevails in the halls of government, and with warm regard. P.S. How you...
No good. I guess those dials aren't set up correctly. No good.
February 12th, 1850. Dr. Clark, I hope this letter finds you well. Upon hearing news of the reactionary and ignorant ban our leaders have seen fit to impose, when they hounded you out after the expo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leroy's cronies sabotaged your display to discredit you, after enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out there meant to you. A turning point in your fortunes. One day when rationality again prevails in the halls of government, and this, with warm regard. P.S. How you managed to rig a
October 25th, 1850. Dear Miss Lejeune, I'd like to extend an invitation to me. How soon can you arrive in town?
Well, I'll be.
Nicely done.
Okay.
Well, nothing horrible came out, shall we?
After you.
Was a year. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Oh. Oh, that's...
Santo cielo.
What in the ether happened in here?
I do not know, but I am not going in any further.
Looks like a scene out of Jumanji. Alright, I think we might... Well, let's take a quick look here.
This might be of interest to our friends in Chrysalis. This is easily one of the strangest things I've ever had in my possession. These mannequins are disturbingly lifelike. This one's missing its head. I wonder how that happened.
I can die happy never finding out.
Completely overgrown.
Probably for the...
Ripe and juicy tomatoes. How can they grow without any soil?
Easy.
This pumpkin is thriving, despite being sealed in here with no water or sunlight.
There is something very unnatural about all this.
I've never seen anything like that before. Have you?
Nope, and I never want to see anything like it again.
Alright folks, I think we're going to go and wrap this one up here for today. We'll take the mannequin head back over to Chrysalis next time and see if we can't get into the museum with that. So, interesting episode so far. We're starting to get a bit more inventory here. We've used pretty much everything except this handle so far. Although we still have the wrench and the arrowhead, so maybe we'll need to use them again. Maybe I was a little bit quick to jump to conclusions about there not being enough, items and puzzles and stuff here. So I guess we'll find out in the future. This Chrysalis place is super weird. It's very cultish. I don't like it, but we'll see what happens with that. And once we can get into that museum area. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. This game's been out for a few weeks now at this point. Have you guys played it? Yeah, let me know what you think of the story so far, and until next time, have a nice day.